Hey guys, Blameitonjorge here, and this is the Where Did These Images Come From Iceberg. It was created by SourceBrew, and his video will be linked in the description below. But I thought it was such a cool idea, and many of these topics are nostalgic for me, so I got the okay from SourceBrew to cover it on my channel. He and some other creators are here to narrate a few entries. Anyways, on with the video. Jeff the Killer. Jeff the Killer is a horror character, created in the early 2010s as a creepypasta, a staple genre of internet folklore. The story involves a young boy named Jeff, who undergoes a traumatic event, leading to his transformation into a psychotic killer. The accompanying image depicts a pale, emotionless face with a wide, disturbing smile and black eyes. The character in other media is often portrayed with a disheveled appearance and a menacing expression. For several years, it was believed that the Jeff the Killer image originated from a 2008 4chan post about Katie Robinson, a young girl who committed suicide after being cyberbullied. 4chan users supposedly edited a photo of her into Jeff the Killer, but this was later proven to be untrue, as earlier appearances of the image online began to get discovered. Searchers eventually found that the image could be traced back to Japan, and are currently investigating several persons of interest.
Stairs in the woods. The Stairs in the Woods image is a popular internet meme and photo featuring a set of stairs leading into a dense forest. It is often used to symbolize mystery or the unknown. The phenomenon itself and many of the images it spawned all seem to appear around the same time, and even inspired its own subreddit, dedicated to images of stairs in the woods, which seem to create this uneasy and dreadful feeling. So, how did the picture come to be in the first place? It would turn out that the image is completely real, and that the stairs are there thanks to an art project by the name of Observatory by an artist named Bruce Allen in 1988. He built the stairs as a protest to the deforestation happening at the time, and as a way to also admire the surrounding forest scenery. It resides in the Forest of Dean in England, and was inspired by ancient astronomical observatories in India. It was actually decommissioned in 2014, but its legacy lives on, such as in these uncanny images.
Smile Dog. Smile Dog, being one of the most famous of these images, is a terrifying picture of a husky with a rather unsettling smile, and it spawned a creepypasta story of the same name. In the story, Smile Dog is a supernatural entity taking the form of a demon husky that forces people into spreading his message on the internet lest they be killed by it. As for the image itself, some people seem to give pretty damning proof that Smile Dog was 3 images stitched together in Photoshop of a dark room, a dog, and some teeth. And it seems that one Reddit user located the image used for the dog itself in one Reddit post showcasing a pretty similar looking head, but with a few key differences, likely as a part of the Photoshop. However, there is a second photo with Smile Dog that no one has been able to figure out yet, which remains unsolved.
The Backrooms. Between 2011 and 2018, a photograph of a large, carpeted room with fluorescent lights and dividing walls circulated the internet. And on May of 2019, an anonymous user made a thread on 4chan's paranormal board asking users to, quote, post disquieting images that just feel off, accompanying the thread with the photograph. Later, a user replied to the post, giving the image its name and the first description of the back rooms. Since its popularity, people have expanded on the concept of the back rooms, introducing levels and hostile creatures that inhabit the space. The image was found to be taken during the renovation of, quote, a former furniture store with plenty of partitions and fake inner walls in Wisconsin. It was of an American hobby shop called Hobby Town, and sometime in 2002, the second story underwent renovations. On June 12, 2002, the progress was photographed with a Sony CyberShot camera, and on March 2, 2003, the various interior views were documented on the renovation's weblog. One photo depicts a carpeted open room with yellow wallpaper and fluorescent lighting on a Dutch angle. This was the image that would go on to inspire the concept of the back rooms, and that is where the image came from.
Teletubbies hospital image. This is perhaps one of the most known cursed images. A kid sits in a hospital bed surrounded by what appears to be bootleg Teletubbies, but what really makes it seem unnerving and uncanny is their lack of eyes, making them appear almost soulless. Actually, they're missing multiple features, and it looks like they don't have mouths. The photo was posted to Reddit multiple times, and one commenter pointed out that he recognized the calendar in the background of the photo, saying it must have been Christmas in a UK hospital with Teletubbies visiting children and giving gifts. The calendar is a Dennis Bergkamp Arsenal calendar, and another commenter would add that since Arsenal is based in Islington, a borough in London, the photo must have been taken in the Great Ormond Street Hospital. It's a famous children's hospital in the neighboring borough of Camden. Teletubbies was first broadcast in March 1997 and was nationally popular not long afterwards, so the photo was probably from around 1998. The proof isn't definitive and mostly speculative, so it's hard to say if it's really a photo from a UK hospital.
Squidward College. An image of a building with Squidward's face plastered on it has become a viral sensation, often referred to online as Squidward Community College. This bizarre meme has circulated widely since its initial appearance in December of 2019, when it was first shared on Twitter. Over time, it inspired countless reposts, memes, and jokes. Now, despite its popularity, the origins of the building remain unclear. The earliest known instance of the image can be traced back to a now unavailable article on airforcebase.net. Some have speculated about its location, with one Reddit user in 2024 claiming it was near Riverside, Chicago. However, this claim has not been verified. A reverse image search reveals that the building has appeared online as far back as 2017, used as a generic example of flat roof architectural design. Yet no concrete evidence has surfaced to confirm the actual location of the structure, or even if it exists in the form seen in the meme. As of 2024, the building's true origins remain unclear.
Red Mist. The Red Mist image is mostly known from a creepypasta about a supposed lost episode named Squidward's. For obvious reasons, this notorious image and associated story isn't officially recognized by Nickelodeon or the SpongeBob creators. However, it would seem that even the person behind the story had no idea who made the pertaining image. To this day, very little is known about the origins of the image, outside of it first surfacing sometime in the early 2000s.
Blank Room Soup. This entry, known as Blank Room Soup, is a disturbing internet meme and creepypasta that originated from a short video clip. The video shows a man sitting in a dimly lit room, eating soup. The man's face is obscured, and the room is bare and unsettling. Costume characters would then enter the room to comfort the man. The exact origins of the video and its meaning are unclear, but it's become a popular subject of discussion and analysis among internet users. Some speculate that the video is a piece of performance art, while others believe it to be a genuine recording of a disturbing event. The costume characters are known as Ray, created by animator Raymond S. Percy. Prior to Blank Room Soup, Percy apparently had some of his props stolen from their RV, including 2 Ray costumes. It's been theorized that whoever stole the costumes created Blank Room Soup, but others believe that Percy himself was in on the gag as a viral marketing stunt.
Liminal spaces. The concept of a liminal space has become popular in recent years, especially on social media platforms and sites like Reddit. People share images and videos of these liminal spaces, often accompanied by eerie or nostalgic music, and sometimes with a strange or creepy story attached. These images invoke an eerie feeling of loneliness, and are usually pictures of enclosed, empty, and large spaces. Probably the most eerie thing about these photos is that most liminal spaces are not fake, but rather real-life images which you can trace back to their actual locations, such as the Holiday Inn in Heathrow Airport. However, there exists liminal space artwork too, such as the pool rooms made by Jared Pike.
Slender Man. Slender Man is a fictional supernatural character that originated as a creepypasta internet meme. He is depicted as a thin, unnaturally tall humanoid with a featureless white head and face, wearing a black suit. He is said to stalk, abduct, or scare people, especially children. Those who see him may experience paranoia, insomnia, and other mental health issues. Eric Knudsen, under the pseudonym Victor Surge, created the Slender Man as part of a Photoshop contest on the Something Awful website in 2009. The challenge was to create paranormal images, and Knudsen submitted 2 black and white images featuring a tall, thin figure with a blank face, lurking in the background of photos of children. Knudsen's creation quickly gained popularity, and the Slender Man's backstory and lore were further developed by other internet users.
The Rake. The Rake is a disturbing creature with an uncanny appearance and unsettling behavior. It's a tall, hairless humanoid with long, spindly limbs and a pale, gaunt face. It's said to appear in people's dreams and sometimes in their waking lives, clearly inspired by phenomena such as sleep paralysis. Supposedly, the Rake is a malevolent entity that feeds on fear and can cause psychological distress. It's described as stalking its victims, observing them from the shadows and sometimes causing physical harm. So where does the Rake come from? One user on Reddit says, quote, "It's a promotional image for the video game Resistance 3. It apparently is supposed to be a Grim, which is an enemy from the game. It is quite unlikely that it's a drawing, so I think it's safe to say that it's photoshopped." Other comments were quick to disprove this theory, as the creature from the game looked different than the Rake. Another commenter says that the image originates from an unnamed person's trail camera, and that the Rake is 100% real. He goes on to say that the original poster of the image had sold his property and blocked off acres of land on which the photo was taken. This story seems a bit far-fetched and unlikely, and the origins of the Rake remain unclear.
Eyeless Jack. Eyeless Jack is a tall, slender figure with a pale complexion and, as the name suggests, no eyes. In most depictions, his empty eye sockets ooze a black substance. He is known for being a cannibalistic creature that is drawn to the scent of kidneys. He stalks his victims, typically young people, and then game-ends them in a brutal manner, removing their organs. The first time this image appeared on the internet was June 7th in 2010, posted on 4chan by a user named Arnon. One Twitter user, @PirateCashew, is claimed to be the creator of the original image, and his proof for that is that he posted an unblurred image of Eyeless Jack on his Twitter, an image that nobody else has. So it would seem that he most certainly would be the original creator.
Wario apparition. The Wario apparition is a glitch or anomaly that supposedly appears in certain copies of Super Mario 64, depicting a distorted, monstrous version of Wario. The legend suggests that this apparition can be triggered by specific actions or glitches within the game. Apparently, this figure can cause glitches, crashes, or even damage to the game cartridge. It's an uncommon anomaly in the game, and perhaps one of the most popular Super Mario 64 related legends. The explanation for its appearance is that it's allegedly determined by something known as the personalization AI, but what causes it to summon the apparition is unknown. In reality, it's part of a meme that started online and was later edited into footage of the game, making it seem real when it is in fact fake.
Russian sleep experiments. The Russian sleep experiments is a popular creepypasta that tells the tale of a Soviet-era experiment involving a sleep-inhabiting gas on 5 prisoners. The story details how the gas successfully kept the subjects awake, but led to increasingly disturbing and horrific consequences, ultimately resulting in their deaths and a catastrophic lab explosion. While the story is widely shared and often believed to be true, it's entirely fictional. There is no historic or scientific evidence to support its claims. The narrative originated from a combination of real-life sleep deprivation experiments, urban legends, and horror storytelling techniques. And like the images of Slender Man and the Rake, the Russian sleep experiment images have absolutely become iconic in the creepypasta genre. These aren't actually photos from any real-life experiments. The 2 photos associated with the Russian sleep experiments are one of a group of people wearing gas masks and one of a creature/person with a creepy smile and sunken eyes. The reason the people in the first photo are wearing gas masks is allegedly because the photo is a demonstration by American soldiers, showing the different types of masks worn by the Brits, French, and German troops. The more iconic photo of the eerie humanoid-looking creature is actually just a black and white photo of a life-size animatronic Halloween prop called Spasm.
Mario victim number 1. This unsettling image appears briefly in Mario, a ROM hack of the iconic game Super Mario World. Mario victim number 1 is part of a larger, full-blown ARG filled with media besides Mario. The image in question depicts a woman with her mouth agape, with a red tint. The story goes that supposedly it's of a woman who was found dead in a sewer pipe, with her eyeballs missing. And apparently the image was lost for many years, but was recently discovered. In contrast to many of the other entries on this iceberg, the image associated with the entry was not created by the creepypasta authors. The truth is that the original image is an edited photo of a Japanese cosplayer of Kyo, a vocalist for a heavy metal band called Deer and Grey, which was discovered on the 1st of September in 2023.
Have you seen this man? Here's a face you've probably seen around the internet. This man is a fascinating and somewhat eerie internet phenomenon created by Italian sociologist and marketer Andrea Nutella. In 2008, Nutella launched a website called Ever Dream This Man, featuring a composite image of a man's face and claiming that numerous people around the world had reported dreaming about this mysterious figure since 2006. The website garnered significant attention and sparked widespread discussion and speculation. Many people shared their own experiences of dreaming about the man, while others questioned the authenticity of the claims. In 2010, Nutella revealed that the site was a hoax as part of a guerrilla marketing campaign. According to him, the image was actually just an illustration of his father, leaving the question of how or why all these other people saw this in their dreams.
Dick the Birthday Boy. I'm sure most of you are familiar with or have heard of Five Nights at Freddy's and know what the animatronics are, but how about in real life? The animatronic in this photo is legitimately frightening to look at. But the origin of this photo is actually pretty funny and wholesome, unlike some other entries we have on here. The blurry photo was originally shared by popular YouTube channel Red Letter Media. The image is actually of Rich Evans of that channel, who is pictured as a child wearing a shirt saying Dick the Birthday Boy on it as he stands alongside Billy Bob Bear, a mascot for a now defunct restaurant, Showbiz Pizza Place. It was later revealed that this was a set of family photos, so this is just one of those more wholesome entries on this list.
Momo. There's an old urban legend about a WhatsApp phone number that will message you disturbing photographs if you attempt to contact it, linked to a game referred to as the Momo Challenge. Ever seen this image? It's very likely you have if you've spent any time online. Momo is a meme turned creepypasta character. The nickname was given to a sculpture of a young woman with long black hair, large bulging eyes, a wide smile, and bird legs. Originally, Momo was created by a Japanese man named Keisuke Aso Aisawa. In 2018, people started stealing images of the sculpture, and stories of the sculpture started to spread around.
Mariana Mortegard Glesgorv. You may have heard of a video on YouTube named Mariana Mortegard Glesgorv. If you search this, you will find a video of a man staring intently at you, and then grinning for the last 2 seconds of the video. The story goes that this short bit is part of a bigger video that YouTube removed after 153 people viewed it and gouged out their eyes, mailing them to YouTube's main office in San Bruno. Periodically, YouTube will let the first few seconds of the video be uploaded to quell the curiosities of the internet, so that people won't go looking for the real thing. That's how the original story went, but in a hilarious twist, people identified the footage to be of an edited video of a guy named Byron Cortez. His image was pulled from a 2004 online survey about marketing professionals.
Goatman. Goatmen are creatures from American folklore that have been prevalent since the 1970s. The exact origins of the Goatman legend itself are difficult to pinpoint, as folklore often evolves over time. When you think of the Goatman, I'd say this photo stands out. It's probably photoshopped or edited in some way, but we don't actually know where the photo emerged from. Some sources say that the photo is of a goat hunter who wanted to test his imitation suit, and that's how the photo came to be. And some say that it was a VFX artist who made it. While the Goatman is a popular urban legend, there is no scientific evidence to support its existence, and not enough documentation to fight the claim either.
Orie Chef. Orie Chef is an internet figure who gained attention for her unsettling social media presence, especially on Facebook. People noticed that Orie's profiles only featured a small set of photos, slightly edited each time. Even stranger, her friends and linked accounts were just more profiles of Orie Chef, sharing similar posts. Some accounts were said to include disturbing content like violent imagery and chilling claims about wanting to harm her children. One red filter photo was tied to a story about a woman whose botched plastic surgery led to tragic consequences. Many theories emerged about Orie's identity. Some thought it was one person with a dark sense of humor, others suspected her group or even a bot. The real story, however, is much simpler. The woman behind these accounts admitted she made them for Facebook games, and later embraced the creepy persona when people started spreading rumors. The infamous photo wasn't connected to Orie at all. It's of a Sydney woman who survived a car accident, leaving her with minor facial injuries. Unfortunately, she became a target of harassment due to the legend.
Black Ghost Woman. Here's a much more obscure entry. It's a picture of two Japanese girls looking out a window. One smiling and one kinda looking sad. Behind a sad girl is a mysterious and eerie black silhouette. Doing a bit of digging, this is likely a visualization of a Japanese urban legend known as the Shadow Lady, or Kagayana. The legend is about a ghostly figure that appears as a shadow on windows and doors. The shadowy figure is often depicted as a young woman or an old crone. To explain the image in question for people who are wondering, according to YouTuber Sakura Stardust, it's from a 2005 Japanese film titled Only the Two of Us.
Liars, Jimmy. Delving into much lesser known territory, here's a blurred image of a person with a seemingly disfigured face in a snowy setting. Enter Jimmy. One day, an angry classmate named Brett finally had enough of Jimmy's wise guy attitude after he made a crude joke about him. He and a group of kids who hated Jimmy cornered him after school, dragged him into the science lab, and poured acid on his face, causing burns that scarred him horribly. The principal questioned them, and he told them that Jimmy did it to himself, and that they were only there to help him, which he believed. Jimmy was horrified that they got away with what they had done, and he planned his revenge on each of them while in the hospital. Months later, Brett receives a videotape in the mail, and upon watching the tape realizes that his friends who had a hand in disfiguring Jimmy were tortured and killed. Brett, fearing for his life, tries to run away only to be tripped by Jimmy. The story ends with Jimmy saying the phrase, "liars," before pouring acid all over Brett, killing him. The mysterious image attached to the story is actually from a music video for a song called "We Fenced Other Gardens with the Bones of Our Own" by an experimental rock band named Liars. In the music video, it shows a group of 3 friends with animal makeup attacking each other.
Skinwalker. This is an image of what's supposed to be a skinwalker. Skinwalkers are technically a cryptid from the Navajo mythology who possesses the ability to shapeshift into animals, most commonly being in the form of a wolf, coyote, or bird. In Navajo culture, skinwalkers are considered to be malevolent beings who use their power to harm others. They're said to prey on the living, causing sickness, misfortune, and even death. The fear of skinwalkers is deeply ingrained in Navajo culture, and many people believe that they still exist today. The image in question of what is allegedly a skinwalker is from a now deleted 2014 Facebook post that says the image is a picture captured by a geologist of this entity. But in reality, the image is just a screenshot from a 1983 horror film called Zatro.
Creepy Barney. So there's a trend on the internet of taking the beloved children's character Barney the dinosaur and making him appear creepy through various image manipulations and memes. Or in this case, just what happens to be an incredibly scuffed Barney costume. Unlike most of our entries on the list, it's actually quite hard to find anything about this picture outside of a Reddit thread by a now deleted user who uploaded the photo, claiming it to be of his friend when he was a kid. It was uploaded to the r/creepy subreddit over 9 years ago, and the user even commented on his post, saying that he would often ask his friend from the photo for more details about it. But the uploader never came back to their post, and their account has been deleted, so to this day we still don't actually know anything about it. Mickey Mouse Basement. The Mickey Mouse Basement image became widely memed and has gained widespread popularity online. There's a person standing in the photo wearing various Mickey Mouse cosplay items like gloves and boots, and most notably, an eerily broken Mickey Mouse mask/head. A Reddit user was actually able to find a second image too, and yet we still don't know anything, as neither did the uploader who found the second image. Most theories surrounding the photos all share the sentiment that it's just another random cursed photo for creepypastas and memes about some dudes who are probably messing around and decided to put on a dirty Mickey suit to pose in a basement for a scary photo. One of the only leads we have is of an X/Twitter user at Nico Della Fabs, who posted that their friend dated the guy posing as Mickey in the photo, but they would never elaborate or comment further on their thread.
Ghost Mirror Girl. As with some of the older entries on this list, this entry is actually a video. It's one of the first known fake ghost videos on YouTube and is a classic screamer video uploaded in 2008 by ncook1234. As of 2024, the original has accumulated more than 111 million views, and it was also the first screamer of 2008. The video starts by showing a young girl who is putting on her earrings. After she puts them on, she briefly looks away and waves to the camera. Then the camera zooms in on the mirror, and the young girl's reflection turns demonic, as her eyes and mouth widen, screaming at the camera while the real girl still waves at the camera. This classic video has a sequel too, titled Possessed Girl Beheads Herself in Her Bedroom, that was uploaded in 2009. It features a woman going up to what is possibly her daughter hiding under a blanket and pulls it off of her, revealing her possessed state.
Gatesface. Here's a relatively recent image. Gatesface appears to be a deformed person in front of a black background, and it's usually seen with a caption saying that it was found on a singular copy of the Microsoft trivia tape. Whatever that is, it's never really explained. A commenter on a Reddit thread researching this image would go on to write that it originated from AI with the prompt Jeff the Killer, later modified with some filters and posted as a creepypasta. They say that it's unclear who posted it first. They wrote that their proof was from a TikTok account making many creepy AI images. This seems to be the most likely origin of it, and the unedited version really does look like Jeff the Killer a bit.
Dolphin Muzzle. This is the entity known as the Dolphin Man. Originally, this video was posted on YouTube in 2007, and it was titled Dolphin Muzzle and was posted by the YouTube channel called North Fur. The 40-second video shows a man in a dolphin mask, and its uncanny look likely creeped people out. The costume and the makeup were a realistic depiction of a dolphin's appearance if it were mixed with a human. The low-fidelity camera didn't help in regards of how scary it might have appeared either. Definitely is in that uncanny valley vibe. Then recently, in the last few years, this video resurfaced on TikTok and YouTube with people adding twists to the original video. In reality, the creator of this original video actually sells these masks and muzzles for costume purposes. And it's not just dolphin costumes, but tons of other animals like walruses, rhinos. You can find their products on northfur.ca. And to everyone's wholesome surprise, the man underneath the costume turns out to be a really chill guy, based on the tutorials and showcases that you can find on the North Fur FX YouTube channel.
"1983 Clown." If you've stumbled upon this haunting clown animatronic for the first time, good luck sleeping tonight. This unsettling figure was created in 1983 by Aaron Fector of Creative Engineering Inc., who served as a mall kiosk greeter for the IAAPA convention. Its original purpose was to welcome visitors, but its eerie appearance has since earned it a place in internet horror lore. The clown, dressed in a vibrant and colorful costume, complete with a wig, was designed to showcase Creative Engineering's costume department. It was positioned inside a booth resembling a carousel, featuring 4 white bars and a circular, multicolored top. Since the animatronic lacks legs, it sat on a large, colorful wooden platform. While the show tape that powered the clown is largely a mystery, it is known to have had 6 movements. However, the jerky motions combined with its vacant stare have only amplified its creepy reputation. Today, the clown's face has melted, its original head mechanism is missing and stuffed, and its eyes have been replaced. The booth it once sat in has been dismantled and placed in storage. Despite this, the animatronic itself still resides in the basement of Creative Engineering Inc., rotting away. The clown's name and original audio remain unknown, as no sound accompanies the show tape.
Satan's Sphinx. This image is usually accompanied by a caption saying that the boy went missing in a town in South Carolina. The image is tied to an alleged video called Satan's Sphinx. The video doesn't exist, and it's just a creepypasta that originated on 4chan. According to the legend, watching the video can lead to severe mental and physical harm, including hallucinations, paranoia, and in some cases, even death. But the real truth is that that picture is actually from an album called Decade of Dust, made by a band fittingly named Hell Horse. Furthermore, people have determined that the freaky masks worn by the people in the photo are due to an old tradition called Krampus, which served as a way to punish children who had been bad. These people would put on those masks and dress up and run through the streets, which would be crowded by spectators as they tried to scare children and show them that bad behavior is, wrong.
Grave Robbing for Morons. Grave Robbing for Morons is a mysterious and intriguing video that has captivated the internet for years. It's a VHS tape recorded in the 1980s by an unidentified teenager who provides a bizarre and somewhat comical tutorial on how to rob graves. The video's creator gave his and the cameraman's names, being Anthony and Gino, but somehow still managed to remain anonymous, adding to its mystique. One of the biggest questions surrounding the video is whether it's a genuine instructional guide or a satirical piece. Some believe that the video is a genuine attempt to teach people how to rob graves, while others argue that it's a satirical work meant to mock the idea of grave robbing.
Tomino's Hell. This entry stands out because it's centered around a poem rather than just a creepy image. Tomino's Hell is a Japanese poem by Saijo Yaso, published in 1919 as part of his 27th poetry collection. Over time, an eerie legend has formed around it, claiming that the poem should only be read silently. According to the rumor, reciting it out loud brings misfortune or tragedy, though the origins of this superstition are unclear. The story became widely discussed on the Japanese forum 2channel, where users would read the poem and share their experiences. While many claim nothing unusual happened, others posted chilling accounts before disappearing from the conversation entirely. The image often linked to Tomino's Hell is actually a cropped painting by Japanese artist Yuko Tatsushima titled, "I Can No Longer Be a Bride." The painting was reportedly inspired by the artist's personal trauma following. In Japanese culture, such events were often associated with stigma, making it difficult for women to marry or maintain their reputation, hence the painting and its title.
Desiree Snakehands. This is one of the freakiest entries on the Iceberg, both because of the person it pertains to and because we know so little about it. The sole details and resources available for this mysterious and creepy image is a single Reddit post on r/creepy, posted by a user named Spacey. The only lead we have is from a commenter whose profile is now deleted, who wrote this, quote, Desiree Snakehands, a street performer from 1930s Manila, was born and raised in the city where she did most of her busking for other poor urchins, and was noted for being arrested on 5 separate occasions regarding the sudden disappearances of other children. Never once was enough evidence produced to convict her, but her behavior in the ramshackle wooden courts of law included eye-crossing, vivid and violent mimicry, screaming at intervals, and bouts of juggling was enough to frighten the jury. By 1941, she became ill of typhoid and was found dead on a rooftop in one of the wealthiest parts of town, above the house of a notable theater producer. It was still unknown how her act was performed at this point. Some evidence suggests that this is a hoax and a piece of performance art done by an artist named Zhu Ming in 1981, but the evidence is not entirely concrete, even though it's all we have.
Falling body. This is the falling body image, also known as the Cooper family photo. It's a photo of what appears to be 2 female family members with 2 kids on their laps sitting at a table with an upside down, unidentified body hanging out in front of them. The photo's pretty well known too. It was taken in the 1950s and there was a book written about it called Urban Legend: The True Story of the Cooper Family Photo by Richard Ramsdell. Allegedly, the first day the family moved in, they took a picture of their new home. When the picture was developed, the image of the body falling from the ceiling was clearly visible. Many of the current theories are that it's either a ghost, a hoax, or what I believe to be most likely a simple camera malfunction.
Mannequin head under stall. Approaching some of our scariest entries on the list, we have this incredibly off-putting image of a mannequin head peeking under a toilet stall. It's really just a cursed image / screenshot from a 2016 YouTube video, taken from a prank video where they prank people using bathroom stalls by putting a mannequin head under and over the stalls. It's since then been used in various creepypastas and hoaxes, most notably one known as the McGrady tape, which is a creepypasta story about a supposed videotape dropped off at a Blockbuster in McGrady, North Carolina, containing a recording of a person's face looking under a bathroom stall for 40 minutes straight.
Black Figures Ritual. In this picture, 10 hooded figures can be seen surrounding a car and performing some sort of ritual. Outside of the appearance of the car itself, the picture being black and white would indicate that it was taken a long time ago. I couldn't find any background information on it, let alone its origins. All I found were one or two memes using this picture. But after extensive searching, I found out that it's from a late 90s American short independent horror film called Coven. It's about a guy named Mike who is at his wit's end, and is convinced by the only friend he has left to join a support group that later turns out to have a deeper occult agenda, and who uses extreme, sometimes supernatural tactics to help new members remain clean and sober. I just wanted to add context to the photo.
The Expressionless. The Expressionless is a somewhat obscure creepypasta about a strange and demonic woman who arrived at the Cedars-Sinai Hospital in June 1971 wearing a bloodied white gown. Long story short, she goes on to say that she's God and ends up killing everyone at the hospital, except for the nurse who would tell the story itself, and would also dub the woman as the Expressionless. However, the real origin of the photo is that it's a picture of two student nurses and a waxworks dummy used for training. The picture was taken by photographer Lord Snowden in 1968 for his book Assignments.
SCP-106. Officially, the origin of the first original picture of SCP-106 is still anonymous. It's believed that it originated from one of 4chan's creepy threads. There was a thread that said the whole picture was photoshopped, while the face was taken from World War I and the body was taken from a random male model. It's a topic that has been milked a lot, yet no one really knows or has any new information on where this image comes from. The creator himself was the one who said he got it from 4chan, and it's likely been lost to the internet through time. A prominent theory is that it's more likely a painting. You can see an unfinished section of his arm with brushstrokes. You'll also notice the buttons on his vest and some white dots sprinkled throughout, which also makes it look more akin to a painting. If this is the case, we don't know who painted it, or what it was originally supposed to be. And there's a pretty good chance that we'll never know, leaving the origin of this eerie image to be, well, unknown.